And welcome to Sugar Talk with Dr. K. Gene Lucas from Diabetes and Endocrinology Consultants. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Good morning, Doc.
I did, thanks.
Good to have you here. And what are we talking about today?
Of course, New Year's resolutions.
Yes, right. We're coming into that time. Everybody's scratching out their list.
Yes, I think the list needs to be spread over the whole year. I think if you're trying to change a habit, it takes a long time to change a habit. And I think you should have a monthly resolution, like make up your whole list of what you're going to change each month or make small changes over time. That's what diabetes takes if you're going to change something permanently. So a lot of people say lose weight, exercise more, but they don't have a plan for it. So for diabetes, if you have a plan, it helps. And if you have to make one modification in your regimen each month, then over the whole year, you've done quite a bit. So I have a whole list of things to do.
Okay.
But you know, everybody has to be individual, and you can't bite off more than you can chew.
Right. So the idea, I'm going to lose 50 pounds by summer, well, maybe not. But.
Yes, maybe start with 1 pound a week, or maybe make a modification in your diet that will help you lose that. Maybe quit counting calories, just go to good food. Go to fresh fruits and vegetables and lean meats, and not do so much fast food and junk food. And just eliminating that will eliminate a lot of calories. You don't really have to even count calories then. Yeah. Also, trying to get some activity every day, wearing a Fitbit and measuring your steps, that's one thing, or measuring how much your arm moves. I don't know which to measure, but...
Right, well, a lot of phones actually have step counters.
Yeah, there's lots of step counters around now. The main thing is just to be more aware that you should be doing more stuff. You should be getting up and moving around, not sitting at a desk all day. And it helps with your thinking, it helps concentration, and especially walking after eating helps with your blood sugar. So getting up from the table, walking around for 10 minutes, or doing something more active, and not eating when you're doing anything else. So if you decide to not eat while you're doing anything else, it's a big step. Because a lot of people have mindless eating. They eat while they watch TV, they eat while they're working at their desk. They don't really think about what they're eating. They're just putting it in their mouth while they're doing something else and thinking about something else.
We have the Pavlovian response when a commercial comes on, we head to the refrigerator.
Right. It's good that you have Netflix and things like that, so you don't have commercials.
So
that's one advantage. Or PBS or something that you can watch. But the other thing with diabetes is check your blood sugar. I mean, you have these little machines, they don't take very long, a few seconds, and you can find out what your blood sugar is. And some people just totally don't do that. They have diabetes. If you check in the morning and it's good in the morning or within range in the morning, then quit checking it in the morning because you already know what it is. You don't need to keep checking it over and over. I think that's what some people get tired of, is because you get the same number. Well, vary it, check it after you eat supper, check it before you go to bed, check it before supper, check it different times of the day on different days just to see when is the highest, and that's when you want to check it.
And then what do you do with that information, though? Or do you keep it in a journal? Do you
can do that. We download meters, but a lot of people, if you write it down yourself, a lot of meters have a download capability for your own computer. You can just download it yourself, or you could write it in a journal, you could put it on a spreadsheet. But see if you can explain why. If you check it 2 hours after supper and it's 200 every time you eat spaghetti, then you may need to walk after you eat the spaghetti, or eat less spaghetti, or not eat spaghetti, or make a decision based on that. So checking your blood sugar is probably the one thing that helps with the diabetes the most as far as control, because you know what's happened. But you have to realize why it's happened. A lot of people check in the morning, it's high in the morning. Well, they don't know if it went up overnight or if it went up after what they ate at supper.
How long is a meter good for? I mean, when should we replace them?
When it quits working.
Just
it's good for a long time.
Older ones are still fine.
Yeah, they get sort of grubby, if you don't clean them. You get all this dry blood on them and everything. But as long as they're working, I would use them. You can take them to your doctor's office, and if they draw your blood or if they check your blood sugar, you can test it there. And then they have calibration liquid that you can use to calibrate the machine and make sure it's getting the right values.
Okay.
But those are usually, now, what people don't understand is if you have the same drop of blood and you line up a whole bunch of strips and you read the same drop of blood, it can be up to 20% off. I mean, they're not precise instruments. They're not precise scientific instruments. And some people think they shouldn't get more than 1 or 2 digits off, but that's not really true. So your blood sugar of 100 really could be 120 or 80. That's the error rate of the machine, and that's intrinsic. So if you compare one machine to the other and get 20 points different, that's just normal.
But if your machine will tell you a trend anyway, though, right?
Yeah, that's what you look at. Is you look at a range. That's why we give people ranges. You try to aim for a range of 70 to 120 before eating, and around 140 to 160 after eating at most. So you try to keep it as controlled as possible.
All right. Well, coming up, I want to look at some of these resolutions about the things that you could change once a month. We'll do that in just a moment with Dr. K.G. Lucas from Diabetes Endocrinology Consultants. You can go online to beachdoctor.com and find out much more. And Dr. Lucas, again, you said that you had some things that we could change once a month.
I have a lot. I have a list of 17 things. About 5 of them are quit smoking.
So the other
So
one.
as you go down the list, quit smoking is every other one. That's the best thing you can do to help your health in general. It doesn't really help the blood sugar as much because it actually makes you hungrier and your taste buds come back to normal. So you really have to watch it. So when you quit smoking and you have diabetes, you really need to exercise more before you quit.
But if you quit smoking, you just have so many other advantages to your health.
Yes, but you can gain a lot of weight, so you really have to watch your diet when you quit. You have to plan for quitting, and just stopping and eating everything inside is probably not the best way to quit.
No.
But anyway, so the other list is to know your numbers, know your hemoglobin A1C, your cholesterol, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and your blood sugar.
We talked about before how often should you do the A1C, which is to look back at every.
Yeah, about 3 to 6 months, depending on what it is. If it's really good, you might go wait 6 months. You go to your doctor to get it done. The over-the-counter type gadgets are not, that great for being accurate.
Someone who's not yet diagnosed with diabetes, should they have an A1C?
If you have family history, I think it's a good screening test. It picks up pre-diabetes too, so you can do that. You want to examine your feet every day. You want to take care of your teeth and your gums every day. People with diabetes have a lot of gum problems and teeth problems. Don't clean your plate. That's one. Eat out less, or split the entree with someone else, or put part of the entree in a box to take home for later before you start eating.
Okay, so that's a resolution somebody could do starting in the new year.
You can just
right?
pick that one when you go out to eat, or go out to eat less. Eat at home more. Find recipes that fit in with the fresh fruits and vegetables and lean meat type ideas. There's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of online resources for recipes. It's amazing how many food things there are. Eat less starches. Just eat less starch at each meal. Less bread. Eat sandwiches without bread. Or put the sandwich stuff in a salad.
Lettuce leaves are good for wraps. They actually do work.
Yeah, so why even wrap it? Just eat it with a fork. Eat breakfast, but don't just eat anything for breakfast. Eat protein for breakfast. Get your yearly eye exam. That's something you can put into another month. You want to get at least 6 hours of sleep every night. You want to have fun every day. Do something you like to do every day. Have some social interaction every day. Don't stay locked in a closet. That's good for your mental health. And then activity and exercise every day. So I think those things are hard to change, and pick one each month that you want to work on and focus on, and then make it a habit. And once you don't have to think about doing it every day, once it is a habit, then you can go into your next resolution.
Are you a list maker?
Yes.
Yeah. So but I think that's a good thing, because I made one early this morning, a list of things I need to do this week, and so those are things that can really be helpful for people to get to sort of enforce the discipline.
And you can put it on your Outlook calendar about what you're going to work on this month. And have it every day that you're going to think about it every day. I make a list because I have a bad memory, so.
Right.
I don't even remember my resolutions from last year. It's probably the same ones every year. But
most people's are the same ones.
So
it's always lose weight and get more exercise.
It always is.
Yeah. But these are very practical, and really, when we think about them one by one, they don't sound all that difficult.
No, they don't sound. And people try to do everything at once and they fail. So don't fail this year.
Right.
Do it in an orderly fashion.
Take a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time.
There you go. And just pick one of those. You named more than a dozen there, so pick them to just start off with the first.
Yeah, pick the one that's the easiest if you want to.
All right, we'll see you in the new year.
All right.
Dr. KG Lucas joining us from Diabetes and Endocrinology Consultants. You can go online at beachdoctor.com, take a look at the testing procedures that are coming up and all that too. Find out more information about your health at beachdoctor.com from Diabetes and Endocrinology Consultants. So this is Coastal Daybreak here on the Talk Station.